What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Today we're going to be talking about the 10K giveaway, what you can win, and then I'm also going to be answering your questions. What do we have here? What do we have here? Let's see. Check it out. Check it out. Look at these. Crazy looking headlights. All right, you guys, so once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're gonna be there very shortly. I'm giving away a set of these headlights. They're LED headlights, and they're made ideally to go from an upgrade from the halogen model to these. So if you have halogen lights, these are going to be an awesome upgrade for you. If you do have xenon lights, however, these wouldn't be so much of an upgrade because you already have really, really nice headlights in your car. These might look cooler as far as like the LEDs, but the actual bulb themselves is still halogen. You could get like a hyper white or a super, super bright halogen bulb, but they are not xenon. However, if you do have a xenon equipped car and you win them, you could either just sell them or give them away yourself or use them on your car, whatever you want to do, it doesn't really matter to me. But once we get to 10K, I'm gonna give these away. It's a set of these two headlights. I'm gonna show you guys a screenshot right now of the actual headlights off of Amazon. They're about $500. Obviously you do get two of them, I'm just showing you one, but they do look pretty sick. So if you look at them up close, they have like a bunch of these little squares that come out right here, kind of cool. And then you got like the, almost like the LCI style stuff going on, which I actually really like. For me personally, I'm gonna do more of like an OEM style retrofit that's gonna be far more expensive, but this is a killer option for anyone who's just looking for like a cheaper alternative. And plus they're free, so really what can you complain about if you're getting free headlights? But yeah, you guys, this is what you have a chance to win when we get to 10,000 subscribers. They are made by DNA Motoring. And yeah, they're pretty sick. I can't wait to give them away. I can't wait to see who wins. So as far as terms go and what you need to do in order to win these headlights, once we get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to randomly pick someone. I'm going to use an online random generator, and I'll do it all on camera to show you guys it's 100% random. I don't care who wins them. I'm shipping them to you for free. You pay nothing. If you guys have been with this channel for a while, you know that I do giveaways quite often. I did one at 500, 1,000, 5,000, and now hitting 10,000. So that's kind of my way of giving back to you guys for following the channel and subscribing and watching the content. I appreciate you guys, and the fact that we're almost at 10,000, super humbled, so appreciative of that. I do also want to say thank you so much to Jerome Thompson, one of my subscribers and followers on Instagram. He actually sent these to me. He asked me if I wanted them for my car. Told him I was going more of an OEM route, but we could do something like a giveaway. And that's how we came to this point. So Jerome Thompson, awesome dude. Thank you so much. You're such a cool guy. Everyone, I'm gonna link his Instagram down below. Go ahead and follow him. And while you guys are over at Instagram following Jerome, make sure you follow me at ThickF30. But yeah, you guys, here they are. They are super sick. I can't wait to give them away to someone. I'm really excited to see who wins them. But yeah, they look pretty straightforward, plug and play kind of deal. So this is the entire box. This is everything I'm gonna send to you. Obviously it's both headlights. I just have one out for the time being just for this video. But seriously guys, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and watching the content. Honestly, I am super humbled and I can't wait to see who wins these. I'm actually considering taking off the tint. The other night I was driving home and I noticed that people kept flashing me with their brights because they thought that I had my lights off. So they are like super duper dark at night. And I think what I'm gonna do is I have a car show coming up, a bigger car show, like indoor expo show coming up at the end of the month, and we're gonna leave them on until then. But then after that, we're gonna have to get rid of them just because they're just unsafe at night. So that's kind of what's going on with those lights. I'm telling you guys right now, if you aren't rocking this setup, get on it. With this charger right here, like, it is so clutch. And I still got the Draggy mounted underneath. I can barely even see it. But yeah, man, I absolutely am loving having this on the charger right here. It is so, like, the mount is perfect. It's held up super well. And it charges really fast, and dude, it's so convenient. Like, It's the most convenient spot I've ever had one of these magnet holders. I had one up here for a while and like over here, and then I used to put it on the side over there, but honestly, dude, this is the place to put it. It's out of the way and it's like right towards your face and you can see everything, but it doesn't interfere with anything up there. Go for this, it's dope. I'll leave a link down in the description to where I bought it. And if you guys haven't seen the install video, watch it, it's super clean. I have all the wires ran behind here and plugged in back there to that cigarette lighter. Still got all my burble settings the same, loving them. Car is running great with boot mode. It's yeah man, this like boot mode tune, the stage 1 93 octane, like it's quick, it's fun to drive, it's reliable, I haven't had any issues. It's, dude, this, I just have the car, like really, I have the car right now where I want it. The only thing that I need to change for my own personal opinion and preference would be the suspension. I want to change the suspension out to coilovers and like a nice stiff coilover setup, and then probably the downpipe. And I mean, other than that, dude, I'm super content with where this car is. The new wheels should be coming soon. That'll be a whole nother video. So the other day I put out a post on Instagram asking you guys to send in questions for me to answer in a vlog, and that's what I'm gonna do on this vlog. It was quite a while ago, but I just haven't had time to actually make this vlog. But I felt like this would be the perfect opportunity to do it. Announce the giveaway, and then of course answer all your questions. So we're gonna head down the road here to my favorite parking structure spot and answer those questions. Alright guys, so like I said before, I actually sent out this Instagram story to send in your questions quite a while ago, like at the end of March, and it's already like the middle of April, so some of these have already been addressed. But first question, will you be retrofitting your iDrive screen to the larger 8.8 screen? Already did it. And honestly, I absolutely love it. Like, a lot of people are hating on the stretch. Dude, you get used to it. It's not a big deal at all. I think it looks really good. It's far better than having that like tiny screen in there, and the definition is way better than the old screen, and plus I have a backup camera now, so I think it looks great. Totally worth the purchase. How often should you clean your leather seats? I think it depends on how worn they are or how much you drive your car. For me, I don't drive this car like a ton. I clean mine like maybe once every 2 weeks. And for that, what I use is a leather conditioner and a detail brush that you actually use on the leather itself. I'll make a video someday on that and just kind of show you guys how to do it and what my process is. So the next question is, what other cars were you looking at when you were shopping for your F30? Honestly, I wasn't looking at any other cars because I didn't really expect to buy the F30. I was in a 2012 Honda Civic Si that I really liked, but it drove like a Honda, and I wanted something a little bit more mature and luxurious. And like, if you guys have been following this channel long enough, you know that in some of my videos I talk about how I bought this car and I really didn't plan on doing any modifications. I just kind of like got the mod bug one day and went crazy on it. But I grew up from modifying cars, modifying Hondas and all sorts of different cars, actually swapping engines. Like when I was 17, I was living with a bunch of gearheads and we were literally just taking engines out of certain Acuras and putting them into like older, smaller Hondas and just turboing them and blowing engines, and we were just being complete hoons when we were like in our teens. When I bought this car, I honestly didn't even plan on buying the car. A good friend of mine was the finance manager over at BMW in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he kind of like, I went and just drove it one day because I was just like, I want to like see what BMW is about. I've never really like gotten into the seat of one and like driven one, and really checked it out, and I took it for a drive, dude, and honestly it sold itself to me. Like I said, my good buddy there was the finance manager, and he he got me a deal on it that I couldn't pass up. It was such a good deal for the car. He was willing to give me quite a bit for my car, so I really didn't lose that much. But I will say that the Civic Si that I had would far outhandle this car, and that's because of the way that I modified the Civic Si. And I actually had 24-way Koni fully adjustable shocks. I had iBox springs, and then I had all of the sway, like lower and upper sway bars and strut bars upgraded to iBox, and that thing handled insanely well. Like if you've ever driven a Honda that's been lowered and just like planted on the ground, and then you upgrade all of the sway bars underneath, dude, it would far outhandle this car. Like all day it would outhandle this car, but it was still a Honda. So like driving a Honda versus driving this, and like I said, when I got into this, I wasn't really planning on modifying it, so I just kind of fell into the mod bug. But I guess that's like a little more information that you guys actually needed on that question. But it's interesting because I did come from this Honda Civic Si that was just a badass car. It just was a Honda, and I was looking for something a little more mature and comfortable to drive. When did you get your car? So I bought my car 4 years ago, and yes, it was completely stock. It was a sport line. It didn't have the M Sport kit. It looked entirely different. I'll try and find some pictures and throw them up right now, but the car looked completely different, and I put a ton of work into it. Really over like the past year or less than a year, I've done everything that I've done to it. However, I did do the M Sport front bumper, a different one. I had a different one on there, and I had the wheels done and the vinyl wrap on top. Those things I got done like in the first year that I had the car, and then I didn't touch it. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't plan on doing anything to it. I just drove the car and like used it for work. But really, yeah, when I bought the car 4 years ago, it was bone stock, completely different, and it's obviously come a long way today. This person asks, coilovers or air suspension? That's one of those questions that it really just depends on what your end goal is with the car. Coilovers are, I think, the better way to go, because I really do I want this car to handle super well, and like that's my number one thing with this car. Like my number one issue with the car is the way that it handles. I just don't think it handles that great. And in order for me to do something like upgrading all the sway bars, you actually have to drop the subframe, and it's a huge pain in the ass, and that's why like not a lot of people do it. It's super expensive. So I really think that a quality coilover setup and really good struts and shocks will greatly improve the handling of this car. But right now I'm just on H&R Super Sport springs with stock shocks, and it's boaty. It floats a lot, and I'm not used to that in lowered cars. I expect it to kind of just plant itself on the ground and really take corners a lot better. So that is something that I'm going to be upgrading. In my opinion, if you're going to be doing something for the performance enhancement and the handling of the car, I think that coilovers are the best way to go. But if you're more into like show cars, I think air ride suspension is the way to go, because you can just adjust it right from the cockpit. Air ride looks dope. Like I would love to be able to just pull up to a spot, slam my car on the ground, take photos, and then like pull away and lift it up and like not hit speed bumps. I just think that the functionality of airlift is super sick, and I would totally go for it if that's what I was going for with this car. Next question is, where's the M3? I haven't decided on which one I'm gonna buy yet. I am looking at a bunch of them, but I'm not ready to make my purchase right now. We're talking about like a $60,000 or $70,000 car, so I'm not gonna just like jump into that. I'm doing my research and I'm gonna take my time with it. First and foremost, I'm actually house shopping right now, so I'm in an apartment complex, but I wanna move into a house, and a house is far more important to me than a car. I'm gonna take care of that first, and then we're gonna do the F80 M3, but I'm still 100% gonna do the F80 M3. That is my dream car. I've wanted it for a long time. And I know that I've been talking about it, so people are started asking me questions like, where is it? I know, I want it too, trust me, I want it right now, but I'm not the kind of person who's gonna be impulsive and just make a purchase right now. I'm gonna be smart about it. So where do I get my paint work done? Over at S&M Paint and Auto here in, I think it's in Pineville. It's right here in Charlotte, but they're fantastic, man. They did all the painting on my car. Super reasonable price, really great job. And they're all just really good dudes. So check them out, S&M Auto and Paint. JB4 boot mode in terms of power delivery, my opinion, boot mode because of reliability and power. I've heard really crazy stories about JB4 just like blowing engines, and I'm not down with that. So in my opinion, man, boot mode all day. So the next question, where do I find great quality rims online? There are a ton of companies that sell wheels online, obviously, but if you're looking for great quality, then you should go to companies like Brixton and Forged, people who have this reputation of making very quality products. You're gonna pay more, but it's worth it. I also think that like Avant-Garde does a fantastic job, especially bang for the buck. And if I were you guys and you're looking to get into a new set of rims, always go directly to the source. So talk to Brixton, talk to AG, whoever you're talking to, just go directly to the people who make the wheel. Try not to buy from like a third party because they're just gonna mark it up. You're gonna end up paying more. Next question, can you use boot mode with the same Bluetooth device you code beamer code with? No, you cannot. You actually have to have a Ethernet cable going from your computer into your OBD2 port. Next question, what made you decide to bite the bullet and start your own YouTube channel and Instagram account? For me, honestly, it wasn't about biting the bullet. I've always been a car enthusiast, and I knew that I kind of had the mod bug to do this again. I figured, why not make YouTube content on it? I always loved doing videos and photography. It's just kind of my thing, and so it was second nature for me, honestly, and I just have a ton of fun doing it. So for me, really, it wasn't about like biting the bullet or like working super hard on it, because I was having an absolute blast doing it. And anytime you guys are gonna do something like this in life, you just wanna make sure it's something you're passionate about, because when it sucks and it's not really delivering, you're at least having fun doing what you wanna do. So like, even when I wasn't making any money, or I'm not really making any money right now, let's be honest, YouTube doesn't pay shit, but at least I'm out here doing things that I want to do, that I'm actually passionate about, and I'm having a blast doing it. And that's really what it's all about. And then if down the road it pays you a little bit, then it's like a win-win. You win either way, you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't really so much about biting the bullet for me. It was just two things that I was super passionate about: photography, video, and car. And I figured, why not just put the two together and make a channel and deliver content to you guys. Next question, have you had any major problems with your car? No, I have not. I did a whole video on 65K maintenance video. I will link it down below. You can watch that. I haven't had any major issues with my car. Would you consider getting a 340i or M3 later on? Just talked about that F80 M3 all day. The next question, will you ever go stage 3? I'm assuming you mean boot mode. Probably not, to be honest with you. I'm having a ton of fun with where the car is right now in stage 1. I am gonna go stage 2 because I feel like that is the natural progression once I get the catless downpipe, but I have no reason to go stage 3, man. I'm not trying to make this car like the fastest car in the world. I just like doing what I do to it, and it doesn't have to be that fast. It's already fast enough, in my opinion, for me. It doesn't need to be the fastest car on the street. I just have a ton of fun modifying it and making the content for you guys. So honestly, once I go stage 2 and catless downpipe, I don't know how much further I'm going to go at that point with the car. Like I said, suspension, maybe some better brake setup. Maybe I'll do like a 335i brake conversion or something like that, because honestly, for me, the car's fast enough. Like, I just want it to handle better. So handling and stopping are like my most important things. Like, some people want the fastest car, but I don't really give a shit about that, to be honest with you. I want it to handle and brake real well, and right now both of those things suck. That's what I'm focusing on, and once we get to that point anyways, I'm gonna be like ready to get the M3, so I'm not sure if it's worth it to sink a ton of more money into the engine of this car when it really just can't produce that much more power without like some serious problems happening to it. So the next question, would you consider wrapping your car in a different color? I would consider it. I don't think I'm going to, because I really do like the silver. I think it looks awesome. Maybe down the line, if I get bored with the color at some point, I'll do it, or just like for shits and giggles, I'll do something crazy and random. But I did recently get a wrap sponsor for the car, so this car and the F80 M3 are gonna be likely wrapped at some point in the future. I don't really know like what I'm gonna do, but we'll get into that later. Is your car a clean title or a salvage title? It is definitely a clean title. So the next question, do you prefer to go for performance or aesthetic mods first? I can answer the question based on how I handled this car. At first I did more aesthetics, and then I went into suspension and braking, and then I did performance. I think that that's just like the natural progression of kind of like getting the mod bug. You start kind of cheap and kind of dabble, and then you kind of go all the way in. Some people like to do it the other way. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't really matter. I think it's more about like where you want to be in the end. Just kind of like figure out what the end game is and work on that, and just slowly like tick certain things off the checklist. As long as you have the vision, that's all that matters. Like, the end point and the vision is really what matters. But like what you're doing individually doesn't really matter so much, because these are all just little things to get you to this certain benchmark. So just have a vision on where you want to be and take your time with it, and like don't get overwhelmed because like all these other people have these crazy modified cars. It's easy to get lost because so many other people are just like completely decking out their cars, and you see their cars and you really want yours to look like theirs. But just take your time with it and do it at your own pace, and don't overextend yourself. Don't like go into credit debt because you just want your car to look so good. It's not worth it. So just take your time and do everything at your own pace. Yeah, to answer the question, I guess I went aesthetics, and then I did suspension braking, and then I did performance. All right, next question. Are you coming back to Milwaukee? Which is actually a funny question because I used to live in Milwaukee, so I'm assuming this person knows me somehow. But yeah, of course, man. I always come back to Milwaukee. I'm in Milwaukee in the summers, and then I usually come back for a couple of weeks in the summer, and then I come back during the holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas. But that is likely the only time I'll be in Milwaukee. I just don't have a ton of time to be traveling right now. I'm so busy with work. All right, so next question is best way to make money for your car parts, which is actually kind of funny. What I think you should do is you should start a YouTube channel, and you should build an audience, and then you should learn affiliate marketing so you can make passive income. And passive income means that you're making that money all the time without spending energy or time on it. While you're sleeping, you're actually making money. And if you guys don't know anything about passive income, make sure you check out my Financial Friday video where I talked all about affiliate marketing and passive income, or just Google it. There's a million videos out there on passive income. I think the most important thing when it comes to planning for your future is investing in yourself and building a personal brand for yourself. All right, so next question, are you going to deal with the timing chain before it causes problems or not worth it? Timing chain guide, I'm assuming is what you're talking about. Yes, I am going to deal with it. Yes, 100% I'm gonna take care of it, and I'll be paying for it out of pocket. I just think that I do wanna have this car for a while and I don't wanna get rid of it. And in order for it to be super, super reliable, like before I go to stage 2 and like try and put more power into it, I think it's just smart to go and attack the timing chain guide. It's gonna cost a couple grand probably, but in my opinion, it's worth it because it's far better than paying for a whole new engine. All right, so next question, what is the one thing about your F30 you don't like or you just wanna change really bad? I would say that the brakes on this car are absolute trash. Like they feel so underpowered for the vehicle. It feels like my car is too heavy for the brakes. So the brakes are just underpowered for the weight of the car. That's been my #1 complaint since I've owned the car, and I'm probably gonna make a video on it, but yeah, man, the brakes have to be changed on this car. I just don't feel like they're strong enough. I'm likely gonna try and do something like a 335i brake setup retrofit or something like that, so I can get M Sport brakes and just upgrade to a much better brake system. These ones that are on here, no bueno. Next question, top 3 do and don'ts when starting a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna do all 3, but I will say that the first do, I'm getting kicked out already. What's up, man? How you doing, boss? I'm just making a video. Yeah, it's all safe, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, take care. I mean, it happens. He was a nice guy, though. He was a nice guy. When you start a YouTube channel, you have to be incredibly consistent and incredibly patient because it takes a long time for you to grab subscribers and to get people's attention, and take your time with it. Make sure that your content is quality. Just be patient, man, because it takes a super long time for people to follow you and trust you and really get into your channel, and that's how you build the momentum to get a bunch of subscribers. I put so much work into this channel and it took so long for me to build the subscriber base that I have right now, but honestly, it's totally worth it because I feel like the base that we have grown here is a solid base of people, and like the people are really here for information and like care about the channel and have like positive vibes. And anytime that I find like negative comments in the comment section, I just delete them or I hide them from the channel. If you guys don't know about hiding users from the channel, it's one of the dopest things that YouTube has done because it's like shadow banning someone. So like people, when they come around and they just want to troll you or just like talk shit for no reason because you're out here doing what you want to do, and like misery loves company, right? So like they're just in a shitty place in life and they just want to like knock on what you're doing. Shadow banning is the jam, and I'll tell you why. When you hide a user from the channel, they still are subscribed and they can still see their comments. However, you and anyone else cannot see the negative comments that that person is leaving. So that troll is still digesting your content, wasting their time, leaving negative comments, but no one else sees it. They're not around anymore and they're still wasting their time. So like hiding user from channel, I love it. So yeah, just be patient about what you're doing. Make sure the content is solid and be passionate about it, and you guys will definitely succeed in building a YouTube channel. All right, you guys, so it's starting to rain and I'm gonna wrap this video up. But thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. This giveaway is gonna be dope. I can't wait to pick one of you guys. I'm gonna do a random generator online and I'm gonna film all of it so you guys know it's legit. Completely random. We're gonna be picking someone to win those headlights. Even if you don't have the halogens or like you have the xenons or something, you can sell them, give them away, do whatever you wanna do, but they're yours. But I just wanna thank you guys so much for coming to the channel and help building it with me. Like, this has been a crazy process. It took me forever to get like 200 subscribers, and here we are staring at 10,000 in the face. Honestly, we'll be at 100K in no time because I'm grinding and I absolutely love this. This is what I do now, and it's my favorite thing in the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, like this video, comment down below, hit that bell notification just like that. This video's over and I'm out. Peace.